already in the introduction class I had explained about the electromagnetic induction. I gave the syllabus also what we need to study. So today we are doing with the electromagnetic inductions, that is the magnetic flux. Now if you read the lines, what the lines is all about, if we consider a plane perpendicular to a uniform magnetic field, then the field should be uniform. Remember the word, the field should be uniform. Then the product of the magnitude of the field and the area of the plane is called the magnetic flux. Now we denote it as phi. Now suppose if we have taken this as a plane, suppose this is the plane if we have taken, and in this plane the direction of the magnetic field, let us assume the direction of the magnetic field, okay, and the direction of the area, this is a plane. If this is the plane, the area will also, the area vector a caret will also be in the upward direction, and b vector is also in the upward direction. So phi is here BA, so that is BA. But suppose if we have the condition, this is the area we have considered, okay, and this is the area vector, a caret I can take, or a vector, that is the direction, okay, but the field is into this direction, okay, the field is into this direction. So what angle it makes is theta with the magnetic field. This is the direction of the magnetic field. So in this case phi is equals to BA cos theta. Phi becomes BA cos theta. And now here B is the magnetic field, A is the area of the plane, okay, and phi is what? Magnetic flux. Phi, magnetic flux. Now depending upon the value of theta, so phi is equals to BA cos theta. Now if theta is 0 degree, phi is equals to BA cos 0 degree, that is 1, so it is BA, okay, so it is positive, flux is positive. Second, if theta is equals to 90 degree, phi is equals to BA cos 90 degree, and this here phi becomes equals to, this is 0. Third condition, if theta is equals to 180 degree, phi is equals to BA cos 180 degree, so this is minus BA, so here it is negative. Fine. So these are the things that we need to understand. Now one thing very important, SI unit of phi is Weber, or we write capital W small b, okay, and the dimensional, if you go for the dimensional formula, then the dimensional formula is phi is equals to B by A, okay, and this phi is equals to BA, okay, and if we take B, then B is equals to, we can very well write this as equals to, you substitute for B and then for the area, so you will get B, F is equals to B, we have the formula F is equals to BIL, okay, that is BIL, sorry, sin theta, that angle we don't consider. So we can take this value and very well substitute here and get the value of this dimensional formula as equals to what we are getting, ml square t to the power minus 2 a to the power minus 1, ml square t to the power minus 2 a to the power minus 1. So this is what we have got about the flux. The next thing very important, because when you do with the electromagnetic induction, you should be knowing everything related to flux. Now next what we have got the electromagnetic induction. When we talk of electromagnetic induction, we talk of the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. There are two laws given for the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So let us see the first law, the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Okay, now the first law is also known as Newman's law. And this is the first law of. Now according to this, when the magnetic flux through a circuit is changing, an induced EMF is set up in the circuit whose magnitude is equal to the negative rate of change of flux. So it means what? When the magnetic flux through a circuit is changing, an induced EMF is set up. EMF is electromotive force is set up in the coil whose magnitude is equal to negative rate of change of magnetic flux, that is E is equals to minus d phi by dt. Now E is the electromagnetic force, d phi by dt is the rate of change of flux. So what we really find that this is the condition, this is the first law, when the magnetic flux through a circuit is changing. So there is a change in the magnetic flux, EMF will be induced, and this magnitude is given by minus d phi by dt. Now in this case, this equation represents an independent experimental law which is not derived by any other, and n phi can be called as the Weber turns. N phi can be termed as the Weber turns, and this is the first law. I hope you must have understood. Now the second law is about the Lenz's law, which we will be doing it in the next class. Thank you.